to my first instalment of my 2014 favourites. So this video has been near impossible to film purely because it's so hard to keep track of everything that I have been loving over the past 12 months. Normally it's hard enough to keep track of things that I've been loving over the past 1 month, but 12 months has been pretty much impossible. But after about a million lists, I have managed to whittle it down to my exact favourites. So there's no second best or anything like that. These are just my favourite products of all time that I have been using. We all know this video is just going to go on for so long, so I'm just going to get stuck in and I hope you enjoy watching. So my first favourite comes in the form of the Wild Rose Beauty Balm by Neal's Yard. Now this stuff has just been a favourite of mine for so long. It's featured in a few different favourite videos over the past few months. And I'm just absolutely obsessed with this. It takes off all of my makeup so easily, smells amazing, it's really relaxing for nighttime as well. And as you can probably see, and this is my second pot, I am kind of nearly done with it. It just smells so good. And yeah, I just absolutely love this. Obviously it is quite pricey for a cleanser, but I think with cleansers and with skincare in general, you know, the more you spend is generally the better you're gonna get. And yeah, this is just an absolute favourite of mine and I recommend pretty much anyone to go out and try it. My next skincare step is generally toning, but this year I kind of haven't done it as much as I normally would, but whenever I am just wanting to spray some sort of watery thing on my face, I will just use a facial toning mist, and this one is from Nourish. It's the Balance one that smells just like apples basically, and it's really refreshing. I use it throughout the day. I don't just use it as a toner, so if I'm feeling a little bit tired when I've been at my desk for like 14 hours straight or something ridiculous, I'll give my face a few spritzes and it'll just wake me up. You can use this as a natural toner as well, so I have sometimes just sprayed a little bit on a cotton pad and just run it over my face, but mostly I just like squirting it all over really. I like to think that I've pretty much tried every single manual scrub out there, but my favourite of all has to be the Neutrogena Visibly Clear Blackhead Eliminating Daily Scrub. This really does just scrub your skin completely. I know manual scrubs are kind of a bit frowned upon in the beauty industry, but I absolutely love this. It's not too scrubby, it doesn't aggravate my skin in any way, and it does just get rid of any dry skin, especially on my nose or on my chin. It smells really nice as well, and I just think this is just amazing. If you haven't tried this yet, I definitely recommend it because at like £4 you really cannot go wrong, and I have noticed that my blackheads have kind of gone pretty much. We all know that I love the Santa's lip scrub from Lush. This has been an obvious favourite of mine for probably about the past 2 years, but this year I've been using it so often, especially with using lip products and with starting YouTube and putting on more makeup than normal. I just absolutely love using this. I'll use it maybe once or twice a day, maybe more times if I am feeling hungry, just so I can lick off the excess because it tastes really good. And yeah, I just absolutely love all of the Lush lip scrubs, but this one has to be my absolute favourite. So I have actually stocked up on this one, which will hopefully get me through until next Christmas. A really hyped up product this year has been the Clarins Double Serum, and I know that this bad boy contains mineral oil, but for me, mineral oil doesn't actually aggravate my skin in any way. I don't personally have much of a problem with it. The serum though is just really good. I've noticed that my skin seems a lot more cooled down and not as red or as angry or anything, so I absolutely love this. I know it's meant to have anti-aging properties, so not necessarily overly catered for my skin, but you know, even so, I've noticed the difference for my skin and I'm only 21 years old, so I think this is pretty much a good serum all round really. It applies so nicely as well. It's not tacky, it's not overly drying or anything at all. It just goes onto your skin like a serum should in my opinion, and just sinks in almost instantly. You cannot feel it on your face when you put it on, and yeah, like I said, I have actually noticed the difference to my skin after using this. This is pretty much an empty bottle because as you can see, I have really been loving this year. It's the Clarins Blue Orchid Face Treatment Oil. This is probably one of the first skincare products I ever actually tried before I even tried cleansers or anything like that. I went to a Clarins counter that my friend worked at and I said that my skin was feeling really dehydrated and just didn't actually feel that great, and he introduced me to this and I have just been loving it ever since. I'm always rebuying this. And yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. You pop a few drops onto your skin and it sorts it out kind of instantly, and then over time you really do notice the difference. I tend to use this maybe a couple of nights a week just to keep up the moisture levels in my skin. Smells amazing, so it's really great for the evening. It's really relaxing, and yeah, I just think this is absolutely amazing and I would not be without this. When it comes to moisturisers, I really am not fussy, so a favourite of mine is pretty much whatever is open at the time, but lately I have actually been using the Nourish Argan Skin Renew with frankincense and Rose of Jericho moisturiser, and this is pretty much all organic. I think it's 85% organic. Really cheap. I think you can buy it in M&S or Sainsbury's or some sort of shop like that. It smells really good. It's just a nice consistency. It's quite thick, and I actually quite like that in a moisturiser because I like to actually feel like I'm putting something on my skin, and I like almost the way that makeup looks when it's onto almost like a wet skin, if that makes sense. So I've really been enjoying using this, and I mean for like, I think it's like £10, maybe a little bit more, £10 to £15. I think it's a really awesome cream, and I don't think you can go wrong with it really. Again, when it comes to eye cream, whatever's open is pretty much what I will reach for. At the moment I've been using the Nip and Fab Bee Sting Eye Fix, or Fix Eye, and if I can even open it. Yeah, basically I've been using this for a really long time. There's still so much left, and it's just a really nice creamy consistency. Pop it under your eye, pop it on your orbital bone, tap it in, and it just makes my eyes sort of feel more awake. I don't know if it's got anything to do with the bee sting, but yeah, I just really like this. I know you're not meant to use this if you're allergic to bee stings, that kind of, you know, says it in the name. But otherwise, if you are not allergic to bee stings, which thankfully I'm not, this is just really nice, and it does just plump your eyes up completely. Not plump your eyes, that sounds disgusting. But it basically just keeps my eyes, or under eyes, really moisturised, and I love it. Spots happen, I think they happen even to the best of us, but when they do happen, I feel like I'm doing some sort of really QVC style commercial here. Basically, the Clinique Anti-Blemish Solutions Clinical Clearing Gel is just a lifesaver. Whenever I get a spot, I pop this on straight away, and it just makes it go down completely. I mean, obviously it doesn't work miracles, it's not going to get rid of a spot in about 2 seconds flat, but it gets rid of the redness, it gets rid of the hurting, and within a few days after using this, it is completely gone. And I get those monstrous spots on my temples and just around my head that pretty much stick out like an extra head, so if that can work wonders on those, then, you know, it can pretty much sort out anything in my opinion. Wasn't quite sure how to introduce this product. It's a superfruit concentrate from Eau de Lique. I'm not sure if it's a serum, I'm not sure if it's an oil, I'm not sure if it's a moisturiser, but whatever it does, it makes my skin look really radiant. So if I am ever having like a really sallow skin day, then I will use this, and I'll just generally go about my usual skincare routine, but I'll put a couple of drops onto my skin, and I don't know if it's because this kind of liquid is almost orangey in colour, but it does make my skin look a lot more almost like yellow tinted, like apricot tinted, which makes me look a lot more healthy than just looking completely grey and dull. It's all completely natural as well, so again, absolutely perfect for pretty much anyone. It's not really going to do you much harm to use, and it just says smooth 2 to 3 drops over the skin daily or as needed for deep hydration and instant radiance boost, and that is exactly what it does. Now sometimes even those drops will not make me look radiant, so that's when I turn to the Clarins Radiance Plus Golden Glow Booster. Basically a made to measure self tan. I pop a little bit of this in with my moisturiser, just massage it over my skin, and it does just give me a nice sort of subtle glow. It's nothing orange, and you can obviously make it darker or lighter depending on what you prefer. But yeah, this does pretty much just solve any of my pale skin days, especially for my face, because I have been fake tanning lately, and obviously your face tends to get rid of fake tan a lot quicker than your body would. So yeah, I just always use this pretty much every single day now, and it just makes me look a lot more alive. For face masks, I had to include 2 purely because one's for maybe like a moisturising mask, and the other's kind of for like when my skin is just really playing up. The moisturising mask is from Emma Hardy. It's the Amazing Face Age Support Instant Radiance Mask. This can either sit on your face for like 10 minutes and then you can wash it off, or I like to wear it when I go to bed and just have it on overnight, so it really does just work and work and work. And I noticed that whenever I wear this overnight, I wake up the next day, even if I've had like 4 hours sleep, and my skin just will look a lot better than it does if I wasn't wearing this. I don't know if that sentence really made sense, but basically it makes my skin a lot better than it normally would be. Smells like rose, a little does go a long way, and Emma Hardy products are pretty much, you know, they're awesome in any sense, so I would definitely recommend this if you are noticing kind of like a lack of radiance in your skin. But when my face just completely resembles a pizza and I'm just covered in spots, I've completely picked up the wrong thing. I was going to pick up the Mask of Magna Minty, but this is the ocean salt, so this is completely the wrong thing. But yeah, the Mask of Magna Minty is basically like this really minty mask, kind of looks similar to that bad boy. It just smells of mint and just completely makes your skin just completely purified, and it's such a nice smell as well. It's really refreshing. You can use it as a slight scrub afterwards and it just cools down any spots at all, so I love that. I think like most girls, there are about 1 million lip balms in my house. I seem to have like 10 in every single room, but my favourite of all has to be the 101 ointment from Lanolips, and this is pretty much just lanolin, which is sheep's wool, and I just think this pretty much solves any dry skin problem at all. My boyfriend had really, really dry lips, and I gave him this, and he's like, you know, completely against anything beauty wise. He thinks that everything I get is a load of crap. He thinks that pretty much, you know, Vaseline does the job and face wipes do the job, or like random face scrubs that are just completely stripping on your skin. So for him to like this as well is a pretty big deal, and he was absolutely obsessed with this. He kept asking for this specifically, so I think he remembered the name, and it just pretty much does solve anything like I said. So if you have got dry lips, especially during the winter time, this does solve it completely. So on to hair care, and my favourite shampoo of 2014 has to have been the Macadamia Rejuvenating Shampoo. This is a massive bottle of it, and it just lasts such a long time. It's a moisturising shampoo for dry or damaged hair. My hair isn't overly dry or damaged. The ends are obviously a little bit damaged, but that's purely because I refuse to cut them. When I first tried this shampoo, I wasn't overly keen because it did make my hair feel a little bit heavy and greasy, but after using it a few times, my hair completely got used to it, and now my hair will stay moisturised for probably about 4 days, and I now actually don't wash my hair every single day or every other day. I will actually leave it for about 4, sometimes even 5 days, and you won't even be able to tell. My hair doesn't look greasy at all. Obviously I will put a bit of dry shampoo in to keep any greasy roots at bay, but I've just noticed that my hair is pretty much drinking this up, and it absolutely loves it. I don't actually need to use a conditioner with it if I don't want to either, because it does just moisturise my hair completely, but I still use a conditioner most times, which I will show you in a second. But yeah, I absolutely love this shampoo. I absolutely love all of the macadamia range, to be honest. When, or rather if, this bad boy ever actually finishes, because I've been using it for so long and it's still about up to here, I will without a doubt repurchase it, purely because it's so amazing, and my hair's just absolutely been loving it. As for conditioner, because the shampoo that I use is quite moisturising, I don't always feel the need to use a conditioner, but when I do, I use the Bedhead, Urban Antidote and Re-Energize. I mean, all of these are really, really good. I've tried all of them and they're all just amazing as each other, but this one smells like coconut. I could sit here for about 4.5 hours sniffing this. It's very precise. But yeah, I absolutely love using this. I will actually use it as a mask sometimes, but other times, you know, I just pop it on the ends of my hair when I'm in the shower, shave my legs, do what I've got to do, and then just wash it out. And it does just make a lot of difference to the ends of my hair. It doesn't solve everything, you know, completely, but I have noticed that over time it does make everything a lot sort of more smooth looking, and when used in sort of conjunction with a moisturising shampoo and maybe some hair oils, it does just keep my hair in pretty good condition, considering I haven't actually had it cut in about 2 years. Whoops. So as I said, dry shampoo is pretty much a must-have for me, and I've tried quite a few on the market, but my favourite by far has to be Batiste. This is the medium and brunette, a hint of colour one, and I've just tried this one and I really, really like it. Normally I would go for the original purely because, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but they were out of stock the other day, so I picked this one up because it was either this or some sort of overly volumizing one, which I really wasn't that keen on. Obviously I've got quite dark hair, so whenever I put dry shampoo on, there's always that worry that there's going to be some sort of grey tinge to my hair, but not with this at all. It is quite a sort of natural brown looking formula, and it doesn't get all over your scalp or anything like that. It does just sort of, you know, completely blend in. So you put it on, I leave it for maybe 2 or 3 minutes just in a bun, and then I will just, you know, run through my hair with my fingers. I mean, anyone with a YouTube channel has pretty much spoken about Batiste before, so I don't need to go into too much detail, but I just think it's probably one of the best dry shampoos out there, and for like £3 you really cannot complain. I don't always like to hair dry or straighten my hair, but whenever I do, I make sure that I use a heat protectant, and this one is the GHD style heat protect spray, and it basically does what it says on the tin. I don't need to go into too much detail about this because there's only so much that you can talk about with a heat protect spray. Yeah, I just really, really love this, but again, I'm not really fussy when it comes to heat protectants. Whatever's open, I will use. If you haven't noticed, I have quite a lot of hair, and that can take a long time to dry. I'm talking like an hour or so to blow dry properly. So whenever I am in a pinch, or if I do just, you know, want to give my arm a break, I will use the Colour Wow Speed Dry Blow Dry Spray. And this might just sound a bit like a gimmick, you know, how can anything really make your hair dry quicker? I just spritz this over my sort of towel dried hair, and I just go at it with a hairdryer like I would normally, and it literally cuts down the drying time by about half, maybe even more. So yeah, this is literally probably one of my favourite products ever, and after discovering it, I am just completely obsessed. Like I said, I always like to put an oil on the end of my hair purely because I'm trying to save the ends of them. I'm so scared to go to a hairdresser in case they say to me you need to get like 5 inches cut off your hair, so whatever I can do to keep the ends looking good, I will do. And my favourite oil at the moment has been the Mythic Oil by L'Oreal. I've had this for quite a while, as you can see, and it just does the job completely. It does moisturise the ends. It's quite cheap, quite cheerful, so I'm not worried about using it too much that I have to repurchase it. I think you can get it for maybe about 10, maybe £15 at most. But yeah, I've only ever really heard good things about this, and I just really like using this, and my hair just seems to soak it up as well. There's no sort of greasy ends or anything like that at all. And finally are my favourite body care products, and my first one has to be the Hot Toddy Shower Gel from Lush. I mean, I know I only really got this in November. I featured this in my December favourites, but it without a doubt just beats all of my other shower gels completely. For me, all shower gels pretty much do exactly the same thing. I'm only really worried about the smell, and this one just smells like nothing I've ever smelled before. It's really cinnamony, really spicy and really warming, and I just literally want to basically drink it whenever I open it. This is part of the Christmas collection, so I know that this is about half price right now, and if you see it, literally pick up as many bottles as you can, because it just really is such an amazing smell, and I don't really know anything else that smells like it, so I really hope that they bring this back next Christmas. Another product featured in my December favourites has been tanning in general, but more specifically the Hishi Express Liquid Tan. I absolutely love this. It's in the shade medium, and it does just give me a really nice natural tan. I'm wearing it right now. I'm not sure if you can tell because these lights are probably completely flushing me out. I use it maybe once a week. It's so easy to apply. I just apply it with a normal mitt, leave it about 8 hours or so, and then just wash it off, and it just gives me a really nice natural looking glow. I don't look like I'm overly brown, so it doesn't look like I've necessarily been fake tanning, but you can sort of notice there is more of a healthy glow to my skin. Obviously after a while fake tans can go kind of patchy no matter which one you use, so I've been using a lot of body scrubs lately. My favourite one of all from this year though has to be the Rough Scrub, which is in the scent Wild Argan Oil, and it smells amazing. It's so nutty and sweet and just like nothing else I've ever really smelt before. And it is just a really nice rough scrub, so it does just get rid of any dead skin or any dry patches or just any sort of patchy looking tan on my body, and I just think this is absolutely amazing. We'll definitely repurchase this when I run out. It'd be really cool if this came in a few different scents. I'm not sure if it does or not, but I would definitely keep my eye out for this. And finally is this very sad looking bottle of my Neom Complete Bliss Organic Body Oil in Moroccan Blush Rose. I've had this for maybe 2 years now, and it's just right on its last legs. I am absolutely obsessed with this stuff. It is quite pricey for a body oil, but it's amazing. It looks hideous because it's covered in fluff and covered in cat hair and some of my own hair. But yeah, I absolutely love this stuff. It smells so nice. My boyfriend loves the smell of it as well. And I love the fact that it comes in a pump. It's so easy to apply, it sinks in really quickly. I've noticed that it keeps my tan on for longer as well, and it's just by far one of my favourite body products, probably of all time. I hate to say it, but I think this might have been discontinued. I think this exact bottle, maybe exact smell. I know they do something quite similar to the new range, because I know that Neom did sort of reinvent themselves as a brand. But I have seen it a few times in TK Maxx, so I'm going to keep an eye out whenever I next go in there, and as soon as I can find a bottle I will pick up as many as possible, because this stuff has just been amazing ever since I first started using it. So you made it to the end of the first part of this video. I think we all deserve a bit of a pat on the back for that one. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be all about my makeup favourites for the past year. I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know your favourites in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!